Hey, Simple Swap group. So I just wanted to pop in. I'm a little later than I wanted to be, but I'm getting dinner ready. And I'm popping in to share with you, you may already know how to do this. If not, you've definitely seen it floating around the internet. It's called egg roll in a bowl, or inside out egg roll, or also known as slack crawl. Crack slaw, because it's so good. Seriously, guys, and it will have everything moving. It will clean you out. So I mean, you know what I mean, in a healthy way. You will go to the bathroom. So the first thing I want to share with you is, and this isn't the inside out egg roll, but it's something I do a lot, and some of the coaches on here probably already know this, but I call it my master meat mix. And all that is basically I'll cook 2 to 3 packages of like 1 pound package of lean ground turkey or extra lean ground beef. And I saute it with, first I saute my onions. So I'll do, for today I did 2 packages, just regular packages of ground turkey. So first I sauteed a whole onion. So I chopped that up, sauteed the onion until it's, I don't know if you guys can see it, but just good and opaque. You really can't see it. You want it like kind of golden, and it takes a little while to get it there. Then I took those out of the pan, and then I went ahead and cooked my meat. So I cooked basically a double batch. So for tonight, I'm gonna use half of that meat for dinner. And then I'm gonna freeze the other half either in a Ziploc bag, or you could freeze it just like this. And what I love about this is it makes dinners so easy. When you get home what is wrong with me? When you get home from work late, or you've got sports and all these crazy things, it's something that you could just pull out of like if it's in glass, you can microwave it, put some spaghetti sauce on it, and you have a quick meal. This saves you so much money and so many calories because you're not eating out, and you're using what you have, and you're eating healthier. It's all about just making better choices, not about being perfect. Another thing you could do is, like, if you made spaghetti sauce, is put it over zoodles, like we already talked about the other day. So anyways, I do that all the time because you never know how, like, if it's just gonna be crazy, I can pull it out of the freezer and just quickly make a meal. Something else I use this for is we make tacos all the time. So you just heat that up, you just season it with some taco seasoning, and then boom, you got taco night. You can set up, your taco bar with cheese, and everybody can kind of make their own food. You could even make pizzas. Anyways, it's very versatile. It's definitely a go-to that I have on hand. So I'm gonna show you 2 ways to make this. I'm not gonna walk through doing it on the stove, but I'm gonna walk you through it. And I do have a recipe that I will post in the group, and I'll make sure I write up the Instapot recipe as well so that you'll have it written down. But I just kind of wanted to walk it through because it's so easy. And if you have an Instapot or a pressure cooker and you're afraid to use it, don't be, guys. Like, find a recipe, ask around. I actually have a healthy, happy pressure cooker group. I don't even know the name of it, where there's recipes in there. So anyways, I'm gonna share that with you. First, I'm gonna show you how to do the Instapot way. And that's where the master meat mix comes into play. If you already have that cooked, you save even more time because you've already got the meat cooked. And I've actually done it from frozen state. I've taken it out of the freezer and put it in here with my veggies and stuff, and it worked out great. So you could do it that way, or like I just got done cooking this, or what you can do is you can cook it in here. So for your pressure cooker, what you want to do if you're cooking it in here is put it on manual or saute. So you can put it on saute and put it on high. So push the the arrow, whatever, the plus sign until it says high. Then saute your onions really good. Then put your meat in and saute it in there. Once that's done, what you're gonna do is, seriously guys, it's ridiculously simple. You have some variation as well. So I got some broccoli slaw. You don't have to use this. But it gives you more veggies. So you're getting way more veggies in here. So this is about a half a package. Here's the package, or about 2 cups. So you're gonna put so let's pretend we've cooked the meat. And I cook my meat in, maybe I did use maybe I used some coconut oil to do my onions, but not a lot, just like a teaspoon of coconut oil, maybe 2 teaspoons. And so let's pretend that we cooked our meat. It's done. So now you're gonna put in, so this is about half of the package of broccoli slaw. Don't have to use that. Like I've made it both ways, and both ways are delicious. And then this is just a bag of ready-made coleslaw and carrots. I've done this where I've cut up my own cabbage and shredded my own carrots, and that way is delicious too if you want to save money that way. But this is convenient, guys. Like this is like $1.20 or something, and it's so convenient. So if you're using the cabbage slaw, then you want to maybe only use like half. You know what the hell, let's use the whole bag. I'm gonna use the whole bag, but you can do like half cabbage slaw and half what is this, half broccoli slaw and half cabbage slaw. It's totally up to you. This thing is like so versatile, you really can't screw it up, trust me. So I put that in there, and I'm just stuffing stuff in here. Like I don't mix it all together. You can. So here I have some chili, what is it? Chili paste. Don't have to use this. This is optional. So it's about a teaspoon of chili paste. So I'm just gonna kind of drizzle that in here. I'm gonna stir everything up. So it's not really a big deal. If you like spicy, this chili paste is awesome. I picked it up at the dollar store, the 99-cent only store, which if you haven't been there, is like my favorite place in the whole wide world. And I just recently started using it and cooking with it, and I absolutely love it. So, okay, so I'm also putting a teaspoon of, this is like pre-done garlic. So you could either do like fresh garlic, it's totally up to you. I did forget to mention, when I did my master meat mix, I did, so for 2 packages of, there's a dog barking. I swear, every time I do a video, there's either a cat or a dog. Somebody's doing something. Hold on a minute. Is that our dog? Hey! Oh, great. Anyway, sorry guys. I guess it's not my dog. Well, I'm back. I guess I'm gonna have to work through the distractions. ADHD is no joke. All right. So I forgot to mention, in the master meat mix, first I cooked my onion, then I cooked the meat, and then I went ahead and I added fresh garlic, maybe the last 1 or 2 minutes, because you don't want to burn the garlic. So, all right, to this I'm adding a teaspoon of garlic, a little bit of black pepper. Like, you don't have to measure this stuff. Seriously, I'm just like, can't go wrong with pepper, right? A little bit of garlic powder, just sprinkle it in. You can always add more later. It's really, you don't have to measure. You can add a little pinch of salt, but you're adding soy sauce, so I don't recommend a lot of salt. And I did add a tiny bit of salt to my master meat mix. I don't add much because I never know what I'm gonna make with it, but I like to season it with salt and pepper. And then I guess that dog is gonna keep barking. Yay. All right, so I'm gonna add a tablespoon of soy sauce to give it that Asian vibe. And then I have some fresh ginger. You could use dried ginger, but I feel like fresh ginger really gives it this fresh Asian feel. And if you don't have a microplane, I highly recommend it. I absolutely love this thing. They come in 2 different sizes. I like this one more. And for your ginger, all you're gonna do is you take a spoon, and you don't be afraid to use real ginger. Like, you can keep it in your freezer or your fridge, and you're just gonna peel back the skin about 1 inch, and then you use this microplane and you just grate it right over the top of it. So I'm gonna do about 1 inch of ginger. I'm gonna work out. And if you guys are leaving comments, I can't see them, because like I said, I'm a total squirrel, so I cannot be distracted. But feel free to leave comments, and I'll read them when I get done. And hearts and stuff, that spreads the word and lets me know that you like the video. So you get the point. So about 1 inch of fresh garlic. I think that is about it. I'm gonna show you one more thing that you can add. It's totally optional. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's sesame. Oh, it's too high. Crud. Okay, well, I won't show you, but I'll tell you. So the other optional thing you can add is sesame oil. So I will usually just add a tiny bit, maybe like a teaspoon, and just drizzle a little bit in there. It just gives it a little bit more flavor. Teaspoon's not gonna, because you're making a ton of this, so it's not gonna kill you. And then when I'm done cooking it, I'll show you pictures whenever I'm done. But when I'm done cooking it, I like to top mine with either sriracha, so good. I love spicy stuff. I'm hot, caliente. Or I found this at H-E-B. It's, it may be a Texas thing, but it's called Humble House Habanero and Ají Amarillo hot sauce. So it's like sweet and spicy. It does have sugar in it and stuff, but you're not using much. So I love this one. It's got habaneros and it's sweet and stuff. It's really good. And the other thing I like to do is add, I like to toast sesame seeds, and then I will put them over the top of it. So let me show you. What I'll do is I toast like, you know, not a whole bunch, but I just toast like extra, and then we use them whenever we make this, which we make this all the time. And then I top each person's bowl with about a teaspoon of sesame seeds, and it just gives it so much flavor. You're getting all these different levels of flavors. You're getting so many vegetables, and you can eat this. So once this is done, you can either eat it by itself, you can eat it on, you could do like a half a cup of brown rice, or you could use cauliflower rice. I'm gonna show you something with that as well. So, I know that Tracy talked about this, and I didn't get a chance to watch it all, so so I don't know if she talked about freezing rice or not, but I wanted to show you this. And I also wanted to talk about, I should have had this ready. It's not ready. This is me, guys. Real and raw. So your other options are, if you want to go low carb, just get the cauliflower rice, the steam fresh stuff, and make sure it doesn't have anything on it. You want the back of it just to say cauliflower, and like this says sea salt. You don't want it to have a bunch of processed stuff and salt, and of course that has salt. But you could do it over cauliflower rice, or you could do it over brown rice. So this brown rice I cooked in advance. I'll do it in big batches in my pressure cooker, and then I just freeze it into either individual sizes or like more like family. So this is more of 2 people's servings, or if my husband's eating it, he would probably eat the whole thing. But if I'm having it, I would just do half of that. That's about a half a cup, I think, approximately. That's where a lot of people really go wrong, is like they just need to own like the carbs. Don't cut them out completely. Don't do something that you can't live with long term, but cut back. Like you can't eat, you know, 2 cups of rice at night and expect to lose weight. That's what at Bible study they were talking about that. One of the girls was saying how she really struggles. Rice is like a big thing in their family, and they don't eat sweets very often. So it's just as easy. That dog is still barking. Oh my gosh, for real. Like seriously guys, all day, like that dog has not been barking. I don't know if it's my dog or that dog, but right now everybody's going nuts. So anyways, bear with me, I'm so sorry. I promise I will post the recipes, because I know I'm scattered, but I just wanted to show you, because there's certain things that I can't really explain, and then it'll be too wordy and it'll take forever. And if you are one of those, like you don't have time, just listen to this while you're in the car, while you're putting on your makeup and things like that. So anyways, if you do freeze your rice, all you have to do is take it out of the plastic bag, put it in a glass bowl, and microwave it. Like maybe cover it and then microwave it. I'm telling you, it'll be good as new. It'll be like fresh. It will not taste frozen. Or you can buy these steam fresh bags of brown rice. They also have that. They have like brown rice with like veggies and things like that. All right, so now I'm gonna show you, or kind of talk you through how to do it on the stove. Freaking dog. I may come back on and do this again. I'm like, seriously, I'm so sad, because I was actually gonna use this video again on like YouTube, but I guess I'm not. Anyway, but thanks for being kind and watching, not thinking I'm a total hot mess. It's just so hard to focus when you have ruff, 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 ruff. There it is again. All right, so if you're doing it on the stove, of course I'm not here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna either use your master meat mix, or you're gonna saute your onions, saute your meat, and then what you do is you put in your coleslaw. And if you're doing it in a pan, you probably need to do like either just 1 bag of this, or if you're gonna do both, do like half and half. And keep it on medium-high heat, and you're just gonna really cook it for probably a good 10-15 minutes. Just keep an eye on it, stir it every so many minutes, and it'll start cooking down, it'll start browning. And once it gets to the point where it's pretty much cooked, that's when you want to add your other ingredients, like your soy sauce, your ginger, your garlic, your chili paste, basically right at the end, right before it's done. And but you can, while you're cooking it, you can add the garlic, you can add the pepper, the garlic powder, your dry seasonings, a little bit of salt. But that's pretty much it. Okay, so back to the Instapot. I'm sorry. And trust me, guys, like, I know I'm all over, and I'm really sorry. I really tried to prep for this, but I had no idea I was gonna have dogs barking. So you try doing a video with the dog barking. Like, it literally sounds like it's my dog. And it might be. I don't know. Okay, so the last thing is, how do you cook this in the Instapot? Like, seriously, guys, it's so simple. Like, dinner will be ready in, like, so from, like, if you're cooking the meat, that's the longest it's gonna take you. So what you're gonna do to finish this off is, I say stir it. Some people say don't stir it, but I stir everything. And it looks kind of dry, so I think I'm gonna add in, I don't normally add in liquid, and you don't need much liquid when you're using an Instapot, because for some reason, I guess it steams, right? It steams it, so it makes its own liquid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of water, and I've got water right here. And if you wanna make this gluten-free, you can use, so you can use coconut aminos, and if you haven't used that, it's really good. I've used it before. It gives it like kind of a sweetness, and it makes it's like different than soy sauce. I don't have that right now, or I would be using it because I think it tastes better. And the other thing is, when you're plating this, you can always add a little bit more soy sauce on top. When I'm off here, I'm gonna go find that dog. It's probably my dog. Anyways, okay, so I stirred it up. I'm gonna stir it up again because I added the water. It just seems drier. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna add 1 more tablespoon of, see, that's how I cook, but I'm telling you, I've tried it like so many different ways, and I've never screwed it up, so you can't go wrong. I normally don't even measure, so that's like a win. But okay, so you're just stirring it. Now what you're gonna do is make sure, if you're new to using your Instapot or any pressure cooker, make sure this little is on. It shouldn't come off most of the time. And then make sure this ring is all the way down, whatever, you can kind of see, like, make sure it's down in that little groove. So you want it all the way down in there. And then what you're gonna do is you just put the lid on till it does a little noise. Turn the vent to the back so it's not venting. And then all you're gonna do is put manual and do 0 minutes. Like, you're not even putting time on it. Manual, 0 minutes. It's gonna come to pressure, then it's gonna stop. And as soon as it stops, you can go ahead and release the pressure, like move it away from your counters. Be careful with your hand, because if you turn it right here, you'll burn yourself. So make sure your finger is over here. Let that steam out, and then you open it up, and you will have dinner ready in, like, I don't even know how long it takes to come to pressure, probably 5 minutes, something like that. Like, dinner, like, in a flash. And I just recently started making it in the Instapot, but for the longest time I was making it on the stove, and I wish I would have known the Instapot sooner, because seriously, guys, it's just as good. And it's so much faster, and it's so much easier. Like, when I do it on the stove, like, it takes forever. You know, you're browning everything, and it's hot, and so it's either or. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can totally do it on the stove. But if you do and you're afraid to use it, just give it a try. Like, seriously, once you start using it, you will fall in love with it, and it will change your life. Like, it is a gift from God. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I guess the dog has decided to stop barking now. So anyways, talk to you guys later. Bye.